I'm gonna love you until you hate me. And now I'm gonna.
Greetings, beloveds. Where's your heart today? I want to focus and reflect on the different levels of ignorance that we have to face and then let go. And this comes rather from an incident that I often reflect back on. I reflect back on the process with gratitude, with embarrassment, but also with positive reflection, because it's been a release. And so it was a couple of years ago. It was in my 30s, so I'm 50 now, so it was nearly 20 years ago, so not too long ago. I embarrassingly supported that apartheid state. And I did it on that other blue app. And a good friend of mine called me to order and said to me, are you okay? I was like, what are you talking about? And she said to me, you know, you've done all this work and research and fought in terms of the activism and feminist space for human rights, for dignity, for women, for yourself, for queer rights. Yet you're standing for this. I said, you know, as a lot of my friends would say, alles weg by die huis. That's the term. And of course I was infuriated, and it ensued into this argument, and very, very necessary argument, because it made me realize that, Rosie, as much as I'd started my journey towards finding myself in my African heritage, culture, tradition, there was so much more of the veil that I needed to pull off, the different layers that were there that had been so entrenched into who I was, into my belief, that I'd allowed this to cloud my judgment. And the process wasn't easy. Just like any form of reflection is never easy. And I literally had to go back to the drawing board, and the drawing board inside here, to etch out and scrape out the negative things that have been etched into me, into my existence. And unlearn so I could learn more. And then I could come back, and I did, and I didn't mention this person's name because I don't have consent to, but to thank her for pushing me in that direction. Unfortunately, it had to happen publicly, but maybe that's what I needed. And in that process, the people that had indoctrinated me and pushed me and shoved the flag in my hand were like, don't listen to people like that. They're manipulating you. Are you that weak that you're going to listen to that nonsense? And of course, for me, I need experiential, and I obviously didn't get on the plane and couldn't go through to experience for myself, but speaking to activists and spaces on the ground, people who worked for our embassy there. In fact, this was actually a gift from a person who worked at the embassy at the time, and understanding how. And we know that. We saw what the world did with Mama Winnie, how media can make you believe a certain narrative. And also your environment, if you don't question what's around you, you will believe everything. And so today, I stand here with my chest out and proud, and I wear this, and I don't just wear this for Palestine. I wear it for the people of Sudan. I wear it for the Congo. I wear it for people of Lebanon, for Yemen, in all those spaces where the minorities are being wiped out, where their cries are being muffled. And so it's a lesson. As we break the shackles of patriarchy, as we push through and try and change and shift narratives that are aligned with human rights, there's going to be pushback. But there's also going to be a lot of self-reflection. You're going to have that face time with yourself. And it will happen on regular intervals in different pockets of your life and different sectors. But have that. It's not easy. But after you've broken through, that light almost comes on. Because it's another veil that's been lifted. Your eyes have been opened. Literally, that's what this process was like for me in so many other areas of my life. And I'm grateful for that. So don't be scared for you to go through that. Because if we're going to be change makers, if we're going to shift these narratives, we also need to shift what's inside of here and what's inside of here. Unlearn to learn. Face those nasty truths. And then forgive yourself. Because for me, yes, we're all human. Nobody's perfect. But if we can try as much as we can to stay on the right side of history, to stay on the correct and authentic side of history, that's what it's about for me. So what do you need to learn? What do you need to unlearn? When do you need to schedule that next FaceTime with you? If you need some tissues, let me know. Be gentle with yourself. Thanks so much for listening.